The last sunrise of Jorge the fisherman. The sea for Jorge had always been this vast blue promise. It fed his family, his wife Elena, whose laughter was salt-sweet, and his two children, Marco and Sophia, who smelled of sun and sand. Every morning before dawn, Jorge would start the growling outboard motor of his panga, kiss his sleeping wife's forehead, and head out. One day, the motor that he spent years paying for was gone, stolen. The men who took it later appeared with their dead eyes. They suggested he stick to shallow waters. Jorge could only catch small silver fry. This barely brought enough to cover the daily price of corn and beans. A month later, the men returned. $200 a month, pescador. The leader, a man named Ramiro, announced, flicking a cigar butt into the turquoise water. For protection. The sea is dangerous, no? Desperate, Jorge sold his extra gear. Elena sold her silver earrings, but the debt grew and grew and grew. Soon his small catches weren't enough even to pay for protection. Finally, one day, Jorge walked the dusty road to the gang's compound to beg. I have nothing left to give you. Please, my family. The gang members laughed. Ramiro pointed to a stack of neatly wrapped blocks on the table. We do not deal in charity, Jorge. Just a few deliveries, and you'll come back your debt cleared, and with enough dinero to buy 10 new motors. The next morning, a gleaming new outboard motor appeared on his boat. He loaded the strangely heavy packages into the hull. He wrapped his arms around his wife, Elena. He kissed his son and daughter goodbye and told them he would bring back a mountain of candy. Jorge pulled the throttle. The new motor began singing a powerful, unfamiliar song. A pod of dolphins broke the water and swam alongside his boat. This gave Jorge a surge of pure hope. He was going to do this. It was then that he heard it, a sound like 1,000 angry wasps. Way up in the flawless blue, a tiny dark figure like a flying beetle appeared. A smaller, dark object detached itself from the flying figure and began to descend rapidly toward his boat. Jorge yanked the tiller hard and tried to change course. The object adjusted, locked onto his position, and just kept coming. Silence. When the smoke cleared, all that was left were little pieces of charred wood floating in a vast, empty blue. The government announced there had been another great victory in their war against drugs.